Welcome back, guys. So in this section I'm going to highlight some of the important main tools that you have to know inside and out. You have to understand how to use them, how to access them, and when you're making a decision you have to be able to interpret what the tool is telling you. So the first tool that I would like to highlight is the Crosshair, right? This is the Crosshair tool, or you can press Ctrl F on the chart, press Ctrl F to access your Crosshair. Now the Crosshair shows you a whole lot of information, like when you click from one candlestick to another. In this case I have clicked and dragged. Firstly, it's going to show you the price, the current price of where the Crosshair has stopped, right? So like now, current price is at 107,210. If I move it to this high, then it's going to tell me the price of that high, which is 107,425. Then you're going to see the next section of that Crosshair is telling you 34 bars. It means in this whole price action up to this lower high, there's 34 candles, and from the origin of where I started drawing the Crosshair to this high, it's telling us there's 535 points, which equates to 53 pips, right? It's telling you there's 53 pips from 106,886 to 107,42. There's 53 pips. In the last number, the 0.5%, it's showing you the price appreciation of this asset, which is USD/JPY. To this high, it would have appreciated by 0.5% from 106.88 to 107.42. So that's the Crosshair. It's very crucial that you understand how to use the Crosshair because it tells you a whole lot of information. Secondly, the next tool that I want to highlight is your horizontal line. Now with the horizontal line, this is the one you use to draw basically your support and resistance points, right? Like now you can already see we've got a resistance zone here. Let me go to a different, let me just zoom out a bit so you can drag it. You can practically say there is resistance here, right, with these highs, and there's support down here. So that's how you use a horizontal line. And when you want to draw multiple horizontal line from the first one that you have drawn, right, you can press the Control key on your keyboard, you drag it to duplicate the line. In this line you can customize it, guys. You just right click on the line itself, right click on the line, then you go to properties. You can either delete it, but when you want to customize, you go to properties of H1 horizontal line. You can change the color if you want black, or if you want whatever color that you want, blue. You can change the thickness, you can change the type of the line, whether you want it dashed or dotted, or dash and dots together. You see, you can change the thickness. You see, this all comes down to a personal preference. And if you look at your extreme right, where we have got the vertical price points, you can see it tells you what price is the horizontal line at. So if you move it, it also changes and shows you the current price of your horizontal line. And if you double click the line, it means you have selected the line, right? If you double click the line, selected the line. When the line is selected, you can press delete on your keyboard to get rid of it. Now the third tool that I want to highlight is the trend line, right? Trend line is the same as the vertical line, but just that you'll be drawing it in vertical format. Sorry about that. Now a trend line, you draw it from one, for example, lower low to a higher low, right? You'll be connecting two higher highs or two lower lows. For instance, we can draw our trend line from this area here, then we connect this and go all the way to this high, right? Same applies with the horizontal line. You can right click and customize the line, right? So that's tool number 3. Then tool number 4 is the Fibonacci tool, right? The Fibonacci tool, it's got its own course video. We are going to explain it in detail on its own, but it's a very important tool when it comes to price action. It shows you the retracement levels, right? Say for instance, we've got a swing high here and a swing low here, which was formed. So we can basically, okay, let me delete this. Let me delete this again. Let's say you'd want to join into the bearish movement that was formed here. So we've got a swing high to a swing low, which is coming in here. So you can see price retraced to the 50% retracement level and continued with the downward movement. And you can always follow with the fib with each and every lower low that is formed, and you can clearly see every 50% or 62% retracement. These are the default retracement zones. I'll be showing you how you can customize this as we move forward. So that's tool number 4. And then the other tools that you need to understand is okay, this is the draw text, this is the equidistance, this is the crosshair, right? So basically those are the main important tools for your price action analysis. But you also need to understand the shape tool, the horizontal rectangle, the rectangle tool, right? When you draw it for the first time, it's not filled with color, right? So the rectangle tool, we normally use it to highlight a zone, and in that zone we'll be anticipating to take either long trades or we'll be expecting to monitor the price action in that zone. So for the rectangle to be filled with color, you right click on it, you go to properties, right, and you go to parameters, you click on fill. Now when you go back, you see style is red. It means my rectangle is gonna be red. So you can change this color, right, to whichever color that suits you as a person, right? You can change the color. So these tools are the most important drawing tools that you're gonna need to master, because you'll be needing them when you're doing your price action. So this concludes our platform introduction. I've basically introduced you to the main important aspects of the platform, and in the next section I'm gonna start showing you how you can customize this whole chart so that you can clearly see what price action is doing, so that the chart is not noisy. You can clearly see the price to your right, you can see your time frames properly, and I'll show you also how to insert the time frames on top there. You can see I don't have my time frames here. You see, I don't have the time frames. I'll show you how to insert the time frames. So I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.